Hello, hey all of you. Today I am sharing a stories of my subscribers that is true. They sent me his story today, so I decided to share it with you. How are you? I hope you all are fine. I work in a factory. I get 1 month's leave every year in winter. I go to my grandfather's house to spend my leave. My name is Peter, and I like your stories very much. My uncle is a truck driver. Whenever I go to my grandfather's house I spend more time with my uncle. One day it happened that the co-driver with my uncle's truck. It happened that his health had deteriorated. He was not feeling well. Uncle had to go with him to the wedding last night. There was no one else with him. So Uncle said, "Would you like to go with me?" So I was very excited. I agreed. I am very fond of adventure, so I told Uncle that I wanted to go with you. As I said, we had some wedding stuff, furniture, etc. So we loaded the stuff. So the time was 8:30 in the night. So we left from there. We traveled for about 5 to 6 hours, and we reached such a place where there were no humans for a long distance. There were severe forests, complete darkness, silence everywhere, and in that silence, the sound of dogs crying. I was feeling very strange. I was very scared that it was a deserted road, that too a broken road. I was thinking in my heart that when will we reach? When will we reach? Then suddenly a voice came. I was very scared in my heart. That is this. When my uncle stopped the truck, he started telling me to look. The tire was not punctured. So I switched on the torch of my mobile from the side and saw that the rear tire of the truck was punctured. Then I told Uncle if the rear tire of the truck is punctured, then I told him. Uncle said that let's go with Stepney, etc. so that the robbers don't rob us. So we got down from the truck, took out tools, and started removing Stepney. The bushes started shaking and noises started coming. Uncle was changing the tires, and I was holding the torch of the mobile. I told my uncle that there was a sound coming from the bushes as if someone was walking. Then my uncle said that if it was a forest, then there must be some animal. And brother, I was getting a very strong feeling as if someone was watching us from those bushes. It was as if someone was watching us, but I could not see. There was someone there. I had a very strong feeling, but it was as if my uncle was not making any difference. It was as if the uncle was not hearing any sound. I was very scared. So, brother, the voices stopped coming. It was very dark. There was a forest all around. There was no one there except me and my uncle. There was only us. There was no human habitation around, as if no human had come here for centuries. So now, brother, I could not even imagine what was going to happen. Suddenly someone hit us very hard from the other side of the truck. There was a thumping sound, and for some time even my uncle got scared, but he was not making me show. I was told to go to that side and see what was there. So I told my uncle that you also come along. I am scared of being alone. So as soon as I went to that side, there was no one there. So when I came back and started my work, there was a lot of people there. Strange noises started coming. So my uncle told me to go and sit in the truck quickly, as if my uncle had seen something and did not want to tell. We went and sat in the truck. As soon as we sat in the truck, we started feeling as if someone was in our truck. Truck drivers must know that there is a place for rest behind the side of the truck. So my uncle and I went behind. We switched off every light of the truck, and it was completely dark in your truck. Someone started hitting hard, and it continued like this for some time. Then whatever creature it was started looking at us from the driver's side window. Brother, what was the state of fear at that time? Only I know that whatever creature it was, its height was low. Her height was less than 9 feet. Brother, because a normal person cannot see the way he was seeing. His voice was so scary that I was not able to express it in words. It was as if my body was not working for us. This continued for at least half to a quarter of an hour. Gradually, those sounds and hitting the truck window all subsided. We were so excited. I didn't dare to go out and change the tire. After some time, my uncle said, "Son, nothing will happen if I sit idle like this. After changing the tire, we should leave here immediately. Whatever creature this is, he did not like coming to our place." When we got down from the truck, then we felt as if there were many creatures around us and were looking at us angrily. As soon as we did not stop, we could hear the sounds of a roar. When we changed tiers, we felt that someone was coming towards us running from the jungle. It seemed like there were 10 to 12 people. We somehow managed to pick up the things and put them in the truck. We sat in the truck, and as soon as my uncle started the truck, it would not start. When it did not happen, my uncle started saying, "Oh God, what kind of trouble is this?" At that time, someone started hitting the truck with great force. Due to fear, I screamed out of my mouth. Then my uncle started saying, "Prayer." Then someone came and started hitting the door of the truck. Then Uncle took the name of God and started the truck. This time, due to the grace of God, the truck started. Then Uncle said, "Neither come see nor tell." The truck drove away for some time. That creature kept following us. We reached Cumra, and after taking the furniture and wedding stuff there, we came back to our village. For 4 days, I and my uncle had a very high fever. So that this was a story of mine that I told you in short. If I told you the full details, the video would have been 1 hour. So please share it on your channel. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us. Let's move towards another story. I hope you are well. My name is Imran and I am from Saudi Arabia. I am a young truck driver, but I watch your videos like no one else. My English is weak because I was born in Arabia and I have never been to the USA. Now I am 26 years old, but soon I will visit my beloved country. So, 3 incidents have happened with me, but the worst incident which I am going to tell you is this. I work at a place where there is no city far away. If I had to go to any city, it would take hours, so where I work on it. It was a big project which was to be completed in 6 years. It was a golden project from where gold was extracted by breaking mountains. My work was such that I had to wake up from sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning and have food in Project camp at the time of morning. Had to be taken 150 kilometers away in the forest. There was another camp for laborers. So I used to wake up every day at 3 a.m. and leave after turning around. I had to reach before 3 a.m., that is, before sunrise. Because the laborers used to leave for work after having breakfast, my routine was that every morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, I had to pass through that route. My work was like this: come back after giving me a morning meal, then lunch, and then night. 6 to 7 months passed in this routine. One day at 3 o'clock in the morning I saw a camel while crossing the road. I slowed down the car and saw that he was crossing the road. Then I saw the parcel. When I was coming after delivery, he was sitting at the same place. Then I was going to give him lunch at 11 o'clock in the morning. I felt that he needed help from me, like water or something. At that time, the weather was also very hot. If true, had there been any water nearby, I would have given it to him, but unfortunately I did not have water. When I was returning after returning the parcel in the afternoon, I saw that his head was hanging down. I thought he was dead. When I crossed the car and saw him, he was breathing. I was worried about him, so I left him when it was 7 o'clock in the evening time. The sun had set, then I was going on the same road. When I stopped the car and saw that he was dead, I regretted leaving him and went away again at night. When I was coming back at 11 o'clock, my eyes fell on her. It seemed as if she was still breathing. Then I stopped the car. There was no light at all. It was dark. But if I had switched off the light of the car, I would have felt as if I am blind. It used to get so dark. So, sir, when I stopped the car, I saw that he was dead. Then why did I feel that he was breathing? After a week or two, whenever I passed by the same road, I paid attention to him. He used to go day and night and insects started eating him. Then one day this happened. I saw him and was thinking that I wish I could have helped him, and this had not happened. Just thinking this, I was driving at about 120 plus speed. I was driving because the road was long, and hence suddenly a whole group of camels came in front of me. Brother, think for yourself, if there is a vehicle at 120 plus speed, and there is a group of them in front, then how can a person survive? Then I don't know whose blessings it was. I was saved, and the car went down into the forest and the tire burst. First of all, I thanked God and prostrated myself. If the car had run over him, he would have been confirmed dead, and so was I. Sir, I was sitting in the car in the morning, waited for it to happen so that it would be morning and I could change the tire. When the sun started rising, I started changing the tire of the car. After changing the tire and doing everything, I left for my camp from where I picked up the parcel. After that, when I slept, I remained here. The camel used to come in my dreams again and again, just saying, "You killed my children, I will kill you." So whenever I used to sleep, I used to have such a dream. That camel kept repeating the same thing: "You killed my children, I will kill you." Then I had a roommate who was also an imam of the mosque and had some knowledge about the religion. So I told him that such an incident had happened and now he was threatening to kill me in my dreams. So what should I do now? He said, "It's nothing, don't be afraid. It's like that there is nothing, and go to sleep." I knew something was going on. I spoke to my father and told him. He said, to leave that place as soon as possible and find work somewhere else. I tried a lot to leave that place. I had a 2-year contract with sponsorship, so I couldn't leave. One day I was returning after delivering a parcel at 11 p.m. I don't know what happened, how it happened. I don't remember anything. I just remember that I came from the road. When I regained consciousness, it was 1 o'clock in the night and the car was in the forest and was locked. One tire had burst. I was scared. What had happened? How had the car come into the forest? I could not understand what I was doing. How should I change my car tire? When I came down, it was completely dark. There was no network on my mobile. Even if I did, I was not able to understand what to do. Then suddenly it felt like someone had caught hold of me by the neck. I was stopping my breathing. It felt like someone had caught me. A stone was placed on my head, full of pain. Breathing stopped. Eyes were turning red. I was trying to escape so that it could go away, whoever it was, but my mouth was closed, and nothing was coming out of the mouth. Attacked in this manner. He did it, then I don't know what happened. I became unconscious. Till today I don't remember what happened at that time. Then I opened my eyes at 4 o'clock in the morning. I am stuck in the same forest. The tire is burst. Then I thought that for a couple of hours it's still time for the sun to rise in the morning, and then I change the tire and leave because the company must have called as to where the car is. It hasn't arrived yet. I have to deliver the parcel in the morning, so I couldn't go. The time is 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I started holding my neck. It felt as if someone had placed a stone on my head. My mind had become very hard. I became unconscious again. Then I regained consciousness at 8 a.m. I quickly got out of the car, changed the tire and left from there, told the office people, told the manager that this happened to me. He said, "You are lying, you don't feel like working." Well, they did not realize me. Well, then it was night. I went to sleep. The same camel came in my dream. So I was laughingly saying, "I will kill you just like you. Just like me. You have killed my children." Sir, I was crying in my sleep, and the same imam woke me up asking why I was crying in my sleep. When he went to his bed, I also started sleeping, then came in my dream and was angry. That camel was pulling my hair. "I will kill you. I will not leave you. You killed my children." I was repeating the same thing. When he pulled my hair in the dream, I got up quickly. When I looked at my pillow, my hair had fallen on the pillow, but then I cried so much. Now people will laugh at this thing, but God passed on me. But on someone this time didn't bring it, then told father, and father talked to my sponsor. "Imran's condition is not good. Take me out from there. Look for work somewhere else." But till now I have not been treated. Till now he comes in my dreams and repeats the same thing. "I will not leave you. You have killed my child." Even now when I am writing this message, my head is aching, but it is as if someone has placed a heavy stone. I request everyone's prayers that I get well as soon as possible, and maybe that is why I came to the USA. Brother, I had a story about my treatment. It is mandatory to include it in your program. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us. Let's move towards another story. My name is Musamil, and I love every video of yours. I don't sleep unless I watch or listen to your story. I often fall asleep while listening to your story with my hands folded. Now, a month ago, a strange incident happened with my father which I am afraid to even tell you. My father was in a truck. He is a driver and he often drops cars from one city to another. So my father gets a call from his boss and asks him to pick up the car. He had to drop the car and his boss asked him to travel at night. Said my father has traveled at night many times, and like every time my father said yes to his boss, "Yes sir, I will do it." Listen to the further story from my father's words. "I left for the night journey on diesel, and I had filled the petrol. The journey was very long. I took the name of God and started the journey. I reached the hilly area started. I was traveling. I put on music and suddenly my music stopped. I ignored that thing. I thought it must be an electrical fault. I put on the song again and kept driving the truck when suddenly a beautiful woman was standing on the side of the road. It was 1 o'clock in the night. I stopped my truck and I asked her, 'Yes, you? Who are you, and what are you doing on this deserted road?' She was dressed in black and was completely veiled. She said to me, 'Brother, you will drop me to a place where I have a small village.' I told her in the truck. She asked me to sit. She sat on the seat behind me and I started driving the truck. It had been an hour, but till now I had not seen any population there, neither man nor man's caste. I told that woman, 'Sister, is your village? How far is it?' But he did not give any reply from further. I called once more, 'Your village is how far is it?' But when that voice did not come, I turned my mirror towards him. I got goosebumps when I saw that there was no one. I got very scared. I applied brakes hard and I said, 'That woman was with me in the truck.' Suddenly, where did she go? I had not stopped my truck anywhere. How come the truck was moving? I got down, took the name of God, and started driving the truck again. I realized that the sound was coming from the loaded car behind me. I stopped the truck on the side and started taking stock of the truck, but there was no one there. There was complete silence there. I was very scared of the dark. I quickly went and sat in the truck and started the truck. Only 10 minutes had passed when I saw the same woman from ahead, and I did not stop the truck this time. Brother, she was very tall. I have never seen such a tall woman before, brother. Only I know my condition at that time. I kept driving the truck, and suddenly some big thing came and fell on my truck. I braked my truck and started seeing what things had come. When I took stock of the entire truck, I did not see anything there, so started my truck and started the journey again. Only 20 minutes had passed and again I saw two children. His appearances, God, forgive me, he had ears from head to toe and his face was like that of a monkey. God knows what that thing was. That journal of mine is the worst one. I completed it very hard, so if you like a true story of mine, then please upload it on your channel. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us. If you guys are still there, please hit the subscribe button and also like the video. By doing this, you will not lose anything, but it's a lot from my side, so do this. Now let's move to another story. This story is from the time when I was about 17 years old. At that time, there was no TV, etc. in every house in the village. At one place in the village, a movie was being played on the TV. At that time, I loved watching movies and watching TV very much, so I went to watch the movie without informing my family. After reaching there, I saw it. So some Bollywood horror movie was playing there. I watched that movie. After watching the movie, I went back home. Believe me, when I was away from my home, I felt like someone was walking with me. Believe me, my whole body was sweating. I got drenched, but I continued walking. When I reached a house in the village, I turned my head very slightly, and seeing the sight behind me, I was shocked. Some strange person was walking. His entire attire was white, brother. I stopped breathing, but I reached home. When I went inside the house, believe me, I saw someone sitting on the stairs which can be climbed quickly, so I called out to him, "Who is here?" When that man was sitting, he turned his face towards me. I was blown away. His eyes were bright red. When that man stood on the stairs, his height was equal to the roof. While our father and grandfather were sitting in the courtyard of the roof, I made a loud noise. Those people couldn't hear my voice, brother. I fainted on the spot, but when I regained consciousness, my family members were near me. They asked me what had happened. Then I narrated the whole incident. Then my grandfather blew something on me and said, "Nothing more." Then I asked grandfather who was there. Then grandfather told me that you had come in the way of some jinn, and he followed you to the house. So this was my story. If you like it, then definitely include it in your program. If you do, thank you very much for sharing your story with us. How are you? I hope you are well. I live in UAE, and today I want to share a story with you which is of my father. We used to live in Karachi right from the beginning, and my father worked at many places, in sweet shops, and at many other places. My father tells me that when he was in his teenage, his father, i.e. my grandfather, got him employed in a sweet shop. So he says that one night there was a lot of silence outside. There was no one out there. It was a 7 winter night and he was late to close the shop. So he said that I was sitting at the shop and calculating. So there was a long time. A man came from here, dressed in white. His height was quite tall, and they noted that he was not blinking. So at that time my father was young, so he did not realize who it was. So you know Jeanette was told to eat sweets. How much are you fond of? So he said in a report voice, "Pack all these sweets." Then father thought that when the order for sweets came, he must be taking it somewhere. So father asked him, "Should I pack all?" Meaning, should I pack all the sweets? So I did. Said, "If I pack all the sweets, will I sell them?" Then he said in the same reporting voice, "Do as we say. We will give you a lot of money." At first, father was a little doubtful. Then he said, "Okay, I will sell. If someone takes them together and gets the same profit, then there is no issue. And if someone takes them separately, then there is no issue. It is good if all of them will be sold." Then father was looking at them too. They were not talking to each other. Father, it took a lot of time, but he did not say anything and just kept looking. Father did not doubt that it could be some paranormal creature. So what happened was that when all the sweets were packed, he also took out a good amount of money. So father was convinced that yes, these were not normal people. That is, there was no doubt that there was no jinn. Father's shop was such that when the person came out, it was known in which direction he had gone. The sir here used to work, because in winter people go home. They used to leave early, and there was a lot of silence. If it was rush time, then it was not known who went where. As soon as they came out, my grandfather immediately came to the shop to check what my father was doing. So he asked where are the sweets, then he said that 2 people had just left. It had been 2 minutes, you go and see. They had taken all the sweets and that they had also given the money. Then grandfather said that there is no one outside. When I came, I didn't see anyone. When I came, I should have seen someone coming out of your shop. There was silence on both sides. So father got very scared. So grandfather said, don't be afraid. He was a jinn. So father said that I had a high fever the whole night, and I remained ill the next day too. Genies are very fond of eating sweets, and some creatures do not harm you. They had just come to get sweets and went away. They had come in the form of a human being, and they had eyelashes. They were not even blinking, they just had some signs like this. So, this was my story. If you like it, then it is natural for you to share. So thank you very much for sharing your story with us. Friends, this was my stories for today. I hope you must have liked it. If you like the stories, then don't forget to like the video. If you are new to my channel, then subscribe to the channel. Press the bell icon and turn on the notification for all. This will make you a part of my family. Will go and notifications of my story will reach you. Take good care of yourself. Remember me in your prayers, and please allow me to meet you in some other interesting story.